going on, everybody? Nigeria Chambers here from Big Gold Belt Media at San Diego Comic-Con 2025. Man, I'm very excited to have my guy here in the studio with us today. Pro wrestler, AEW superstar, Speedball, Mike Bailey. Mike, how you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is your very first San Diego Comic-Con. So keep it candid. How has the experience been?
Overwhelming. Honestly, I flew right out here from Dynamite in Chicago.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's the life of a pro wrestler. That's pro wrestling. No
Yeah.
breaks, no off season, just going. But it's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. And I'm sure you're getting stopped every other 5 minutes walking down, huh?
I am, but that part I love.
Okay.
I am not the kind of guy who will go out
Yeah.
with a baseball hat and sunglasses. No, I've never been like annoyed if someone recognized me, and everyone has been so nice.
Yeah, good.
I've never had anyone like be overbearing or ask for too much.
Yeah.
It just everyone goes, "Oh, Speedball," and then takes a photo, and then it's great.
Yeah. I will vouch and say I feel like the Comic-Con goers are a little bit more respectful to people's boundaries. I know in the pro wrestling space at times it can get a little dicey with folks, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love doing these Comic-Cons. I'm glad you're here and even able to talk to us. I think honestly, man, it's been about 20 years for you wrestling.
It has. Yep. I started 2005 when I was 15 years old.
Yeah. I think that what's always been really interesting about you is that you have one of the most unique styles out there. But how would you describe your styles? Like if you had to put it into terms in terms of what you present in the ring, character, gear, and skill and moveset. Well, how would you sort of describe?
I think I have a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo, and that is really the base for my set. I bring the calm and respect of martial arts, traditional martial arts, to professional wrestling. But I mean, I think what people imagine when it comes to pro wrestling is that you kind of just guess and decide your character, right? But that's not how it happens at all. Again, it took me 20 years to become the wrestler and character that I am now.
Yeah.
Every single movement happened by accident 10 years ago. And then if it didn't work, if I didn't like it when I watched my match back, toss it to the side. But if you love a sound, a detail, a mannerism, then you keep it, you make it part of your moveset or your character, and you actually cultivate it. And that's what's great about pro wrestling is that you can see my character develop for 20 years in front of an audience, and it's the audience that decides everything that I do.
Yeah.
Every little choice, every move is because it got the intended reaction from an audience somewhere in the world. So I kept it, and that's how you evolve.
Yeah. And I would imagine that keeps you fresh. It's like, I think we call this in project management agile development. Like you're taking and building and continue to build. Once you got to a point, then you get more and rebuild again. But also really quickly too, being in this space at Comic-Con, I mean, everybody knows if they know you love anime, you love video games, and the mix of that in pro wrestling. How does it feel to see those blended sort of communities all together under one roof here?
It just makes so much sense. You know what I mean? I was talking about Hallmark movies yesterday.
And they're here, which I was like, I can't believe Hallmark is at Comic-Con.
That's who I was talking with. But I mean, Hallmark movies, right? Comic books.
Yeah.
Over the top, large characters put into easy digestible stories, interactive universe. It's all professional wrestling. It's all the same thing. And I mean, comic books and superheroes have made their ways into professional wrestling.
Yeah.
The main difference, professional wrestling that you see now as opposed to like 20 years ago, right? The performers used to exist in 15 minutes increments on television, and that's all you saw.
Okay.
Then they disappeared for a week. But pro wrestling now is an immersive experience.
True that.
You don't only see characters, you see full human beings with lives and interests and hobbies on screen doing battle for those 15 minutes. But the rest of the time, they continue to exist.
Yeah.
So, of course, every little culture and art bleeds into that and is now part of the performers.
Yeah, truly. And I mean, even like thinking about your gear with Kevin Knight, a speed racer, low key, one of my favorite movies, by the way, cartoon for sure, but like movies, the Speed Racer movie, I love it. And it's funny because knowing I was going to have a chance to talk to you today, I saw Speed Racer cosplayer, and I was like, oh my god, I wonder if he sees this, which is like really really cool when you see stuff that you love, and you think maybe I might be the only person, but clearly not. What is it for you? First of all, what was the inspiration behind Speed Racer? And working with Kevin Knight, what was the sort of the collaboration process? Knowing that two people we like this, you know?
Yeah, so the great thing about working with Kevin Knight and Jet Speed is that it's another one of those things that just happened, thrown together in a team, but then the chemistry was there. It worked out so well that we decided, let's keep this going, let's rock with it.
Yeah.
And we had a great tag team match against the Young Bucks. That was our first actual tag team match together, and the match was fantastic.
Mhm.
And then the audience said, we want more of this.
Yeah.
So it happened. And then same thing for the name Jet Speed.
Yeah.
We didn't even
Yeah.
like talk about a name or discuss it. It was given to us by
yeah.
the audience.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of pro wrestling. And Speed Racer is just one of those things where we're like discussing like what cartoons we like, what aesthetic we like, what we would want to portray in our next costume.
Yeah.
And then Speed Racer just made sense. And then this is how I know every single time if this is going to be a good outfit, right? Sway Archer, shout out Sway Archer, absolutely extremely talented gear maker.
Yeah.
But if I send him an idea that is just one word and he goes, yep, I got you, then I know that it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Has anything out here sparked any ideas for the future?
Yeah, so again, talking with people and walking around and seeing what's coming into development and seeing what's still on people's minds. But because it's a weird thing, right? It can't be so obscure that only 10 people are going to know what it is. So it kind of has to be mainstream, but it has to be niche enough that the people who get it are going to be like, yes, I got this. It also has to lend itself to professional wrestling, right? It can't just be straight up cosplay.
It could, man. I mean, honestly, who knows, really?
No,
but
you're right. You're
Yeah.
entirely correct. It could, but I don't want to like stop being Speedball Mike Bailey and fully start being the character that I am. So it's kind of a fine line in that way.
Yeah.
But I don't want to reveal it yet.
Okay.
But we
something.
just got like the best idea.
Ooh, okay, okay. And shout out to Kevin Knight, man. He's a fantastic person. I've had a chance to speak with him. He's actually close with somebody on our team, so it's been really cool to kind of see his career blossom, and then yours too, and then like collide in a way. That might be an AEW pun there with collision, but but no, truly, just like two hardworking wrestlers making it to that point, and who would have ever thought that's the tag team that we never knew that we needed, but here we are. What's funny, really quickly, to a comment you said, and to the team, we went out to have lunch, and there was some group of cosplayers that were like dressed up as like painters or something, and we was like, "What is that?" And I've been seeing them all week. They're wearing red hats and black and white stripes, and I think we asked them, they was like, "Oh, it's like a DLC for a new game," and we were like, "I've never heard of this ever," but I continue to see these folks all week, so to the point of like, maybe 6 people you think, and then you realize like there's probably a lot of people who like the same thing that you like, that you just aren't aware that it is out there. So but listen, I definitely want to talk about what AEW All In Texas officially in the books. It's AEW's biggest and largest US event to date. What is it like competing on such a big stage at Globe Life Field?
I mean, that is a statement, right? 30,000 people for AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest gate of a company outside from the one company
Yep.
that has had a monopoly in professional wrestling for the
Right.
last many, many years. And you
Yep.
can see that starting to break. And I think that is the most important thing. And that's what AEW gave to the audience that I think is more important than anything, which is an alternative,
Yeah.
a choice.
Yeah.
There is no longer only one type of professional wrestling that you're allowed to watch in America,
Yeah.
right? Officially, now there's more on the same level,
Yeah.
selling out a building the size of Globe Life Field, and that's absolutely incredible. And I mean, to be part of that was a huge blessing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Mike, thank you so much for your time, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do next. And it's been so much fun having it kicking with us at the suite here at San Diego Comic-Con, man. Hopefully you come back for many more years.
I hope so too. I'll be around. Not going anywhere. Thank you so much for
My
having
man,
me.
Appreciate you, buddy.